Hello there guys, RMP792 here. Right, last couple of days I've received a few messages with basically the same spiel. I responded to the first one and then I basically decided, right, no point trying to individually respond to each of these. I'll just make a vlog and talk about it. So, there is a free piece of DLC coming out for Sundrider Liberation Day, which I think is called Rebirth or something along those lines. Which is going to add routes for several of the characters, so Ava, Sola, Ikari, Saga, basically everybody except for Kriska, though she will apparently turn up significantly in the Ikari route, so we'll see. And apparently it's going to feature some elements of time travel and sort of redoing effectively redoing the main plot, but can you handle it differently, and there's going to be a lot more choices and that kind of stuff, and all of that sounds pretty promising. So the question I've received from a few people is, will you be playing it? The answer is obviously, duh. I freely admit I don't know why people feel the need to ask if I'm going to cover these things, given that I've covered every Sundrider thing up until now. And the fact that it's free is always good to know, and they've commented that lengthwise, from a script point of view, it's actually longer than all the script sections from the base version of Liberation Day, which is good. With that said, there is apparently no new combat sections in it. I don't know if that's meaning they're effectively going to reuse the combat sections from Liberation Day, or if there's just not going to be any combat sections. Don't know yet. The press release that I read indicates it's probably the latter, but I don't know 100% for certain. But regardless, I'm still going to play it. It's still going to get covered on the channel. But with that said, given that they're estimating its release is probably about a month away, my thoughts are that I will save it. Because I'm assuming you guys haven't noticed this, but Darkest Dungeon was episode 92 of Let's Review, which means we are rapidly approaching the 100th episode. So if it's about a month away, that would mean I would be recording it for somewhere in the region of episode 97, 98. So assuming it comes out when they say and it doesn't slip, I'm going to hold on to it because I am going to save it for the 100th episode of Let's Review. Because why the hell not? Last year when I was coming up to the 50th episode, I deliberately hung on to it was a Winter Wolves game. It was the DLC for Seasons of the Wolf, and I held that until the 50th episode because I didn't want to just be playing some random game. For the 50th episode, I figured something by Winter Wolves was a good choice, and a Sundrider game or a significant piece of content for Sundrider seems like the obvious thing to do for the 100th episode of Let's Review. Incidentally, if people go into the Let's Review playlist and point out the fact that there's more than 92 videos in it, yes, that's because some of them were longer than half an hour during the period when I wasn't allowed to post, longer than 15 minutes when I wasn't allowed to post videos of more than 15 minutes. So that's why the playlist numbers are out. Pesky community strike. Anyway, that's dealt with now. So yes, so we are coming up to the 100th episode. I've worked out what's going on there and things like that. I've cast a guest star, and yep, you'll see what's going on there. So that should be fun. The other question somebody asked in relation to this particular one was, would I be effectively showing every route? I will say the same thing I do for all my Let's Plays, which is basically what I show is one run through, unless it's a incredibly short game, unless it's one of those games that's designed so it only takes you like an hour to play or a couple of hours to play, and then you go through it multiple times. So I will just be showing that. However, I would like to remind people, because I need the money, that I do have a Patreon. There is a link in the description of every video I've done for like the last 6 months or so. And the lowest tier of grouped rewards is me replaying games I've already done, but with different romance paths. And what order I do games in and which romance path I go through, I'm going to be leaving up to votes among my patrons. So, as long as you donate the absolute lowest level, which is $2 a month, you will get a vote in that poll when it comes out, and those votes won't be staggered or anything. So the guy giving me 40 smackaroos a month will get one vote, as will one of the guys who donates $2 a month. So I'll probably do that through a Google document or a SurveyMonkey thing or something like that. Yeah, I'll figure out a way to actually run the poll in a fair and reasonable way. So yes, so if you want to see other romance routes, I am perfectly happy to do them, but that's obviously a bit of a time investment, and I kind of need money. I'll be honest, money is always appreciated, and I do feel bad. I feel a little bad every time I bring up the Patreon and just saying, please contribute what you can. But if you can, please do. If you can't, watch the adverts. I put it this way: if the advert's longer than a minute, don't feel bad about skipping it, because those are annoying. If it's less than a minute, go stand up, do something, and come back in a minute. You don't actually have to watch it. Just let it play, and I get the ad revenue. That would be a very nice way to assist me a little bit in the channel. And yeah, all I can say is I will of course be covering it. I'm going to save it for the 100th episode, and support me if you can. I need the money. So I think that's all I've got for this short little vlog. Yeah, I think that's it. So if you have anything else you'd like me to talk about in vlog form, or if you have any requests for games you'd like me to cover, comment below. All that malarkey. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in future videos.